Langdon and Alex discussed their upcoming expedition, sharing their unique skills and experiences. As they spoke, they began to form a bond, recognizing each other's strengths and the potential for a successful mission. As the evening wore on, the conversation shifted towards more personal stories. Arya recounted her early fascination with archaeology and her time as Langdon's student. She shared her hopes and fears for the journey ahead, as well as her determination to prove the existence of Atlantis to the world. Langdon, in turn, opened up about his previous expeditions and the various hardships he had faced. He spoke of the many friendships he had formed over the years and how those connections had sustained him through the most difficult times. He also shared his philosophy on archaeology, emphasizing the importance of preserving history and learning from the past. Alex's tales of adventure had everyone captivated. He regaled them with stories of his daring exploits in far-off lands, each tale more thrilling than the last. He also spoke of his own search for purpose and belonging, revealing a depth to that area and Langdon had not expected. As the evening progressed, it became clear that Alex's resourcefulness and daring would be invaluable assets to the team. Throughout the dinner, the camaraderie between the three grew stronger. They laughed together, shared their dreams and aspirations, and even began to develop a shorthand that would serve them well in the days to come. By the time dessert was served, it was clear that they had formed the beginning of a strong and lasting bond. As the evening drew to a close, Arya reflected on the unique combination of skills and experiences that each of them brought to the table. She felt a surge of excitement and anticipation for the journey ahead, as well as a deep sense of gratitude for the opportunity to work with such talented and dedicated individuals. "I've never been part of a team like this before," Arya admitted, "but I can't imagine a better group to embark on this adventure with." Arya and Langdon visited Captain Harlow, the gruff but loyal captain of a ship they hoped would carry them across the ocean in search of the hidden island. As they approached the dock, they could see the ship in question, the Sea Serpent, a sturdy and well-kept vessel that seemed capable of weathering any storm. They negotiated the terms and conditions for the voyage, demonstrating their resourcefulness and determination. Captain Harlow eyed them skeptically as they made their case, his grizzled face betraying a hint of curiosity. "I've heard a lot of wild tales in my time," he said, stroking his salt and pepper beard. "But the lost city of Atlantis, that's a new one." Arya met his gaze evenly, her voice steady and confident. "We believed we have the key to finding it, Captain. All we need is a ship and a crew that can get us there." "And what's in for me and my crew?" Captain Harlow asked, crossing his arm over his broad chest, "aside from a potentially fruitless journey into the unknown." Langdon stepped forward, producing a small pouch filled with gold coins. "We can pay, of course," he said, handing the pouch to the captain. "And should we succeed in finding Atlantis, the knowledge and treasure we uncover could be worth far more than any ordinary cargo." Captain Harlow weighted the pouch in his hand, considering their offer. He glanced at the determined expressions on Arya and Langdon's faces, then back to the sea serpent. Finally, he noted his agreement. Very well, Captain Harlow agreed, his eyes narrowing as he sized them up. You've got yourself a ship, but I warn you, the sea is a fickle mistress, and this journey won't be an easy one. Arya and Langdon exchanged a determined glance. They knew the risk, but the potential rewards were too great to ignore. Together they would set out on the adventure of a lifetime, chasing the echoes of a lost civilization and the promises of untold wonders. The team set out to gather the necessary supplies and equipment for their expedition, making their way through the bustling markets and the specialized shops that lined the city streets. Arya took the lead, her knowledge of archaeology and her meticulous research guiding their choices. Each item they collected felt like another piece of the puzzle falling into place, bringing them one step closer to uncovering the lost city of Atlantis. Arya, Langdon, and Alex wandered through the lively marketplace, visiting a variety of stalls and shops in search of the items they needed. Arya guided them to a shop that specialized in ancient maps, where she purchased parchment ink and a set of cartography tools. Meanwhile, Langdon's eyes were drawn to an old bookseller where he found a rare tome on ancient maritime navigation techniques that could prove invaluable on their journey. Next, they visited a merchant who dealt in exotic artifacts and unusual technology, which might be useful in deciphering the mysteries of Atlantis. Here, Alex selected a set of finely crafted lockpicks useful for bypassing ancient security mechanisms or escaping from tight spots. He also picked up a compact grappling hook, which he expertly tested on a nearby rooftop. The team then made their way to a blacksmith who crafted custom weapons and armor. With the knowledge that danger could be lurking around any corner, they each chose weapons that best suited their individual skills. Arya chose a lightweight yet sturdy sword designed for agility and speed. Langdon opted for a crossbow, perfect for long-range attacks, while Alex selected a pair of curved daggers, perfectly balanced for close quarters combat. Their next step was an apothecary, where they stocked up on various herbs and potions that could aid them on their journey. Arya carefully chose a selection of healing remedies and antidotes, as well as ingredients for making her own salves and poultices. Langdon, on the other hand, focused on acquiring a collection of rare and powerful poisons, just in case they found themselves in a situation where subtlety was required. Finally, they visited a general store to gather essential supplies like rope, torches, and tents. They also picked up a collection of dried food and provisions, ensuring they would have enough to eat during their long voyage across the ocean. As they loaded the final crate of supplies into Captain Harlow's ship, Arya turned to Langdon and Alex with a satisfied smile. "We can't afford to leave anything to chance," she told them. The slightest mistake could mean the difference between success and failure. With their preparation complete, the team was ready to face whatever challenges awaited them on their journey to Atlantis. Arya and Langdon invited Alex to join them in their study, where they introduced him to their extensive research on Atlantis. The room was filled with stacks of books, scrolls, and ancient texts, each one containing valuable insights into the mysterious city's location, culture, and possible reasons for its disappearance. As As they sat down, Langdon began to share some of his most intriguing findings. Throughout history, there have been countless theories about the location of Atlantis, he explained, pointing to a wall covered in maps. Some believe it was in the Mediterranean, others in the Caribbean, and still others in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, but no one has ever been able to pinpoint its exact location. Alex listened intently, his eyes scanning the various maps and charts on display. "What makes this map different?" he asked, gesturing to the ancient parchment that Arya had discovered. Arya chimed in, her excitement evident. "This map contains symbols and markings that have never been seen before, some of which correspond to known ancient languages. It's as if it's providing us with clues that have been hidden in plain sight for centuries." Langdon nodded, his eyes gleaming with enthusiasm. "And not only that, but we've also found references to advanced technology and magic that could only have come from Atlantis itself. The more we learn, the more convinced we become that this map is the real deal." Together they delved deeper into the research, discussing theories on the culture of Atlantis and the reasons for its disappearance. Arya shared her thoughts on how the city might have been powered by magical crystals, while Langdon talked about the possibility of advanced technology that could have been lost in time. As they continued to share their findings, Alex found himself captivated by the wealth of knowledge and expertise in the room. He was no stranger to adventure and danger, but the prospect of discovering a lost city filled with ancient secrets was something he couldn't resist. Throughout their discussion, they also touched on the potential dangers they could face on their journey, from treacherous seas and storms to hostile locals and hidden traps. They knew that their quest would not be an easy one, but with each challenge they discussed, they also found a way to prepare themselves and their team, ensuring that they would be ready for anything they might encounter. Alex's eyes shone with excitement as he absorbed the wealth of information before him. "Together we might just have the knowledge and skills to finally uncover the lost city," he mused. "I can't wait to see what we find." With their combined expertise, the team felt more confident than ever that they could solve the mystery of Atlantis and bring its secrets to light. As the day of their departure drew near, Arya felt a growing sense of anticipation and unease. She couldn't shake the feeling that something extraordinary was about to happen, and it was only a matter of time before she discovered what it was. That night, as she lay in bed trying to quiet her restless thoughts, she experienced her first vision of Queen Neria, the wise and courageous ruler of Atlantis. As Arya drifted off to sleep, she found herself standing in a beautiful garden filled with lush exotic plants and shimmering pools of water. The air was warm and fragrant with the scent of flowers, and she could hear the gentle sound of water cascading in the distance. A sense of peace and tranquility washed over her, easing her worried mind. In the midst of the garden, a majestic figure appeared, a woman of regal bearing, dressed in flowing robes of silver and blue, her dark hair adorned with a jeweled circlet. Arya immediately recognized her as Queen Neria, though she had never seen her before. The queen's eyes were kind but held a deep wisdom, and Arya felt drawn to her presence. "Welcome, Arya," Queen Neria said, her voice melodious and soothing. "I have been waiting for you." Arya found herself unable to speak, her heart racing with a mix of awe and fear. "Why have you come to me?" she finally managed to stammer. Queen Neria smiled gently. "I have chosen you, Arya, to help uncover the secrets of my lost city. You possess a strong spirit and a knee mind, and your destiny is intertwined with that of Atlantis." "But how can I possibly find Atlantis?" Arya asked, her voice trembling. "And why me?" "Have faith in yourself and in the path that has been laid before you," the queen replied. "You are not alone in this journey. Trust in your companions, for they too have been chosen for this quest. Together you will discover the truth and bring light to the shadow of the past." As Queen Neria spoke, the garden began to fade away, her figure growing more and more transparent. "Remember my words, Arya," she whispered as she disappeared completely. "The fate of Atlantis is in your hands." Arya awoke with a start, her heart pounding in her chest as she tried to make sense of the vivid dream. "I don't know what it means," she confided in Langdon the next morning, "but I can't help but feel that we're being guided by something greater than ourselves." Though they couldn't yet understand the significance of Arya's vision, it added another layer of intrigue to their already mysterious quest. With their plans in place and their team assembled, Arya, Langdon and Alex stood on the deck of Captain Harlow's ship, ready to embark on their expedition to find the lost city of Atlantis. The sun was just beginning to rise, casting a warm golden light over the bustling harbor. As they exchanged a look, their excitement and determination clear in their eyes. The crew of the Sea Serpent busied themselves with preparation for departure, securing ropes and adjusting sails, their voices carrying across the salty air. Arya couldn't help but feel a mixture of excitement and trepidation as she watched the bustling harbor, knowing that it might be the last time she saw familiar shores for quite some time. Langdon approached her, a reassuring smile on his face. "Remember, Arya, we have each other and we have our combined knowledge and skills. Together we can face whatever challenge lies ahead." Arya noted drawing strength from her mentor's words. She glanced over at Alex, who was talking animatedly with Captain Harlow, the two men already forming a rapport. She knew they would need to rely on each other in the coming days, and she was grateful for the bond they were already forming. As the crew finished their preparation, the ship's sails billowed with the wind. The vessel slowly began to pull away from the dock. Arya, Langdon, and Alex gathered at the ship's railing, watching as the harbor began to recede in the distance. "Here's to the new horizons," Alex said, raising an imaginary glass in toast, "and to the mysteries we're about to uncover." Arya and Langdon echoed his sentiment, their eyes fixed on the horizon as they sailed towards the unknown. They knew the journey would be fraught with danger, but they were more than ready to face whatever lay ahead. "Let's find Atlantis," Arya declared, her voice filled with resolve. As the ship pulled away from the dock, their journey to uncover the secrets of the ancient civilization had only just begun, and with each passing day, the mysteries of Atlantis would draw them deeper into a world of magic, danger, and wonder, testing their courage, their wits, and the bonds they forged with one another. Chapter 3: Trials of the Sea. Arya, Langdon, and Alex Mercer stood on the deck of Captain Harlow's ship, the Sea Serpent, as it set sail across the vast ocean. The wind whipped through their hair, and the salty spray of the sea uncertainties they lay ahead. The ship was bustling with activity as the crew hoisted sails and shouted orders in response to Captain Harlow's commands. Arya watched in awe as the intricate dance unfolded, the crew working in perfect harmony to propel the ship forward. She could feel the anticipation building inside her, the promise of discovery and adventure fueling her excitement. Langton, ever the scholar, had already buried himself in a book, his eyes darting back and forth as he absorbed the knowledge within. Arya knew that he was seeking any additional information on Atlantis that he could find, hoping to uncover even the smallest clue that would aid them on the journey. Alex, on the other hand, had taken to the ship like a fish on water, eagerly helping the crew with various tasks and chatting with the sailors. His easygoing demeanor and quick wit had quickly endeared him to the crew, and Arya couldn't help but feel a pang of envy at his effortless charm. As the sun began to set, casting a warm glow across the deck, the three adventurers gathered together, each lost in their thoughts about the journey ahead. They knew that the path to Atlantis would be fraught with danger and challenges, but they were determined to succeed, driven by their shared passion for uncovering the lost city's secrets. "What do you think we'll find out there?" Arya asked her companions, her eyes scanning the seemingly endless horizon. "Truthfully, I have no idea," Langton admitted, "but I'm hoping it's something that will change the course of history." Several days into the journey, the sky darkened and the ocean's calm waters grew increasingly violent. The ship rocked wildly as towering waves crashed against its sides. Captain Harlow barked orders at his crew, who scrambled to secure sails and ropes. The rain poured down relentlessly, drenching everyone on deck as they struggled to maintain control of the ship. Arya clung to the railing, her knuckles turning white as she tried to steady herself against the violent rocking. Lightning illuminated the menacing clouds above, followed by the defeating boom of thunder that shook her to the core. Alex, with his years of experience at sea, moved swiftly and confidently across the deck, assisting the crew as they wrestled with tangled ropes and flapping sails. Langton, though less experienced, threw himself into the fray, his passion for their quest driving him to overcome his fears and help where he could. The ship creaked and groaned, threatening to give way under the relentless assault of the storm. Arya, Langton, and Alex locked eyes for a moment, acknowledging the gravity of the situation and their unspoken commitment to see it through together. With renewed determination, they set about securing any loose cargo and helping the crew members who had been injured in the chaos. Captain Harlow, his face a mask of grim determination, navigated the ship through the towering waves, narrowly avoiding being capsized by the powerful swells. The crew, exhausted but resilient, fought on through the night, their ever muscle aching from the effort. As the storm raged around them, the team found solace in their shared struggle, their previous rivalries and tension washed away by the unrelenting rain. They had faced their first true test as a team, and though the storm showed no signs of abating, they knew they could rely on one another to face whatever challenges lay ahead. Arya Arya, Langdon and Alex joined in the efforts, working together to help the crew navigate through the treacherous storm. Their adrenaline surged as they fought to keep the ship afloat, and in the midst of the chaos, their bond as a team solidified. As the storm finally cleared, the team took a moment to recover and assess the damage. Arya found Alex on the deck, staring out at the calmer waters, his clothes still soaked from the downpour. "That was intense," Arya said, joining him at the railing. "I didn't expect our journey to be so dangerous so soon." "Sometimes the sea has a way of testing you," Alex replied, offering her a tired smile. "But we made it through. We've got a strong crew and we've got each other." They stood in silence for a moment, watching as the crew members moved about the deck, repairing the damage from the storm. Arya noticed how the storm had left a few bruises on Alex's face, yet he seemed unfazed by it. She found herself drawn to his resilience and the sense of security she felt around him. "Hey, I wanted to thank you," Arya said, breaking the silence. "During the storm, when that rope snapped and almost hit me, you were there to pull me out of the way." Alex's cheeks reddened slightly as he remembered the moment. "It was nothing really, I just happened to be in the right place at the right time." "But you still saved me," Arya insisted, giving him a grateful smile. "And I'm glad you were there." The sound of Captain Harlow's voice boomed across the deck, ordering the crew to finish the repairs and prepare to set sail again. Alex and Arya exchanged glances, knowing that their journey was far from over. "I've got a feeling we're going to face even more challenges ahead," Alex said, his eyes meeting Arya's. "But whatever comes our way, I know we'll be able to handle it together." Arya felt a flutter in her chest as she looked into his eyes, the sincerity in his words giving her a sense of comfort and trust she hadn't expected to find in this adventure. "You're right," she agreed. "As long as we stick together, we can face anything." Arya returned the smile, feeling a warm connection to her companion. She couldn't deny the growing attraction she felt for him, and she wondered if he felt the same. Several more days passed without incident, but the peace was short-lived. A sudden shout from the crowd's nest alerted the crew to an approaching ship, its black flag signaling the danger they faced: pirates. Arya's heart races as the pirate ship closes in on them. Captain Harlow bellowed orders to his crew, preparing them for the imminent battle. Arya, Langdon and Alex exchanged determined looks, knowing that their skills and teamwork would be put to the test once more. They gathered their weapons and took their positions, ready to defend the sea serpent with everything they had. The pirates launched grappling hooks on the ship, attempting to board and overtake the vessel. As the first wave of pirates swung into the deck, Arya, Langdon and Alex sprang into action. Arya used her agility and resourcefulness to evade the pirates' attacks, while Langdon put his knowledge of ancient combat techniques to good use. Alex, fearless and daring, took on multiple adversaries at once, his experience in dangerous situations evident in his every move. The trio fought side by side, their combined efforts proving to be a formidable force against the pirates. As Arya took down one attacker with a swift strike to the legs, she saw Alex grappling with a particularly large and menacing pirate. With a nod of gratitude, he disarmed the pirate and sent him tumbling overboard. Langdon, meanwhile, used his intellect and quick thinking to outwit his opponents, luring them into traps and using their own weapons against them. His unconventional methods caught the pirates off guard, giving him and Alex. One by one, they retreated back to their ship, nursing their wounds and cursing the adventurers who had bested them. As the last of the pirates retreated, Arya, Langdon, and Alex caught their breath, their hearts pounding from the adrenaline of their victory. The crew cheered and congratulated them, grateful for their fearless defense. The team exchanged proud and relieved smiles, knowing they had proven their worth and earned their place among the crew. But they also knew that the challenge ahead would only grow